The city of Vancouver. It has a mayor, it has a budget, and in the next 3 months, you'll be hearing a lot about both.
The mayor feels it's important that we zero in on the 0% option because we know that our economic challenges are going to be here for some time.
That is Councillor Sarah Kirby-Young explaining why Mayor Ken Sim is putting forward a motion for a budget that would see a freeze on property tax increases. But let's back up. Is 0% actually 0%? Why is this so important to Ken Sim? And are taxes in Vancouver currently high or low? Here's what we can say for sure. Yes, Sim's motion would freeze the local portion of property tax increases, even with a 1% increase for infrastructure renewal. But the province and Metro Vancouver also have their own share of property taxes, and there's no sign of them freezing their share of it. But why does that 0% figure matter to Ken Sim? Well, here's what he said when he was running for mayor.
Property taxes are up 25%.
In his campaign, Sim was very critical of the property tax increases under Kennedy Stewart, but so far, he hasn't been any different. Here is a chart. Those increases have actually been higher under Sim than they were for Stewart on average. This is his last chance to get the lower tax increases he thinks is important before next year's election. But are Vancouver's taxes high to begin with? Here are two other charts. The first one shows Vancouver compared to the region's other municipalities with more than 100,000 people. And right there, in raw dollars, is Vancouver at the top. There is a different view of this debate, though, because if you look at Vancouver's property taxes not in raw dollars, but as a percentage of people's home equity, a different story emerges. Here's a different chart. The assessed property tax rate in Vancouver is actually the lowest of any big city in Canada. Independent reports confirmed this year after year. Of course, a tax rate is different than a tax bill, and ABC councillors are clear where they stand.
We have some of the highest costs for housing in the country, whether you are a property owner or you are renting. And property taxes get passed on to both.
So this seems like it will go ahead, given Sim's majority on council. But a bigger question looms. How will the city make this work?
I want to be very clear. We are not going to be cutting any service levels.
That was 2022 Ken Sim. Whether 2025 Ken Sim can keep that promise while freezing taxes will go a long way to determine whether he can beat the political heat. Justin McElroy, CBC News, Vancouver.